Hello and welcome to the Mind Mapping Mastery e-learning module. I should start by introducing myself. My name is Clive Lewis. I've been using mind maps for over 30 years and have trained with and worked with Tony Buzan, the originator of mind mapping. I actually started my working life as an accountant, qualifying in 1984, and worked my way up to finance director level before moving on to become a management consultant with one of the world's leading consultancies. I spent nearly 8 years doing that, helping clients around the world to improve their performance. Throughout both of those careers, I used mind maps extensively and just about every day as well. In 1996, I became one of the co-founders of Illumine Training. And whilst we now run an extensive range of courses related to various aspects of effective thinking, mind mapping was the first course we ever ran and remains extremely popular for anyone who wants or needs to work more effectively. So my goal during this e-learning course is to share with you practical ways of mind mapping effectively. Look at some ideas for using mind maps to help you in your work, but most of all I want to look at the process and technique of mind mapping. To that end, I hope that you have a selection of pens and some plain paper so that you can have a go at some of the things we talk about. My intention is to make this session as practical as this medium makes possible. You will get something out of this course if you click on each module and watch and listen. But you will get much more out of it if you have a go at the various exercises as well. So the program consists of the following modules as outlined on the mind map in front of you. We're in the first module at the moment, Introduction and Objectives. We're then going to move on to Getting Started, looking at some of the key features of mind maps and have a go at you doing your first mind map, at least your first mind map in this program. I'm then going to demonstrate the technique of mind mapping for you. We're going to look briefly at the brain and how that relates to how mind maps work. We're going to demonstrate how mind maps are very powerful for retaining and recalling information. We'll look at the wide range of uses of mind maps and then get into a little bit more detail on how to mind map. We're then going to do an activity that hopefully pull all of this together and then look at how you can then develop the skill of mind mapping going forward. Now, I mentioned Tony Buzan as the originator of mind mapping. Back in the late 60s and early 70s, he came up with the technique. His primary interest was in the world of education. Mind maps are now used very extensively from primary school right the way through to PhD level and beyond. However, over the last 10 or 15 years, mind maps have become used more and more widely in a business and work setting. And that's where we focus our attention as an organisation, helping organisations and individuals within them to work more effectively. The formal objectives then for this session are simply these. You understand a little of the background to mind maps. You learn how to draw good mind maps. I'll explain what I mean by good mind maps as we go through this. You're going to experience and have a go at mind mapping for yourself. You're going to learn how to develop the skill going forward from this program. So that's a very rapid overview of the program as we have it. You can select each of the modules from the menu on the left-hand side of your screen.